Well, I'm Ken Carbaugh. My mother was Sarah Alice Flegal, spelled F-L-A-G-L-E. We think we might know where the one E got dropped, but what was it, a mistake by a census taker one time, I think. But anyway, I know a little bit about the family, but Julie knows so much more because she's on Ancestry all the time, looking things up. But my grandfather, my mother's father, was Joseph Flegal. My grandmother's name was Susan Elnora. They call her Nora. And they lived somewhere, I think, around St. Thomas, Pennsylvania. And they had, I guess, around 7 children, one of which Ethel is still living in Fort Myers, Florida. She's the only one still living. And Julie goes, she knows all the ones that go on back. But I knew, I'd probably met my grandmother one time, but I know I never met my grandfather, Joe. We sort of studied about him a lot. He worked in a lime kiln. Caused him to go blind, and he had a lot more children than he could afford, so they were farmed out all over the Chambersburg area, St. Thomas, Marks, Laymaster. And as far as, we used to keep contact a lot with Uncle Ken, my mother's brother, and Uncle Bill, and most of the rest of them we saw infrequently, but those we kept real close contact with. And that's about all I know. I would suggest you ask Julie beyond that, because she's got all, she's really into that stuff. So I'll turn it over to her.
Well, we're McKenna's descendants of, well, his grandfather was John, and his great-grandfather was, his grandfather was Joseph, his great-grandfather was John, then we go to Joseph, and then we go to Carl, and then we go to Johann. So that's how we go. That's almost that.
Thank you.
Turn me on.
I'm Charles Fleagle. I live in York, Pennsylvania. My father was George Washington, and he was a coal miner in Somerset County. His father was John Fleagle, and great-grandfather was Jeremiah Fleagle, the Civil War veteran, and his father was William Fleagle, and his father was Isaac Fleagle from Bedford, Pennsylvania, and his father was Jacob Fleagle, and Jacob goes back to Johann Fleagle. That's about the extent of my family there. But I was a Korean War veteran. I got out of the service in 1953, married Pearl in 1953 after I came home from Korea, and in November we moved to York. So it was quite a ordeal for us to move into strange country. Pearl had never been out of Pennsylvania, and I took her down to Cumberland, Maryland, over the line to say that she's been at least out of the state of Pennsylvania. So, but that's our line. But we live in York.
My name's Larry Hoover. My ancestors are Allison, Davis, Fleagles, and Gamble. Now we call it Flegal, not Fleagle. My grandmother was Flegal, Harriet Myrtle Flegal. She married a Gamble. My father came from, his name was Donald Hoover. He came from Jefferson County, Pennsylvania to outside of Upper Strasburg in the CCC camp. That's where he met my mother, because the boys from the camp would come over the mountain and hitch up with the girls and have a good time. That's basically how I came about. The Flagles, as far as I know, or my line is from the what they call the Horse Valley, Path Valley area. My Gambles are from the Path Valley area. My Allisons, they came over in the mid-1750s, and If you people are familiar with Letterkenny County Township in Franklin County, Pennsylvania, Robert Allison owned the whole township at one time. And that's how he made his money, by selling it to people that wanted land in the township. I'm very interested in the Civil War. I'm a reenactor, living history person. I do talks. I do competition shooting. I have cards that I can give everybody if you would like. It's easier than writing the information down. And that way, if you want to email me or get in touch with me, you can do that. And I'll entertain any questions.
How do you spell your name? Your last name?
H-O-O-V-E-R.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I mean the,
F-L-E-A-G-L-E.
okay.
Yeah, I never knew it any other way till I did start doing family research, and then I realized I was in trouble.
How do you spell it? F-L-E?
F-L-E-A-G-L-E.
G-L-E.